Hey everyone, welcome back to the Might and Magic 6 Completionist Run. We are now back to our regularly scheduled videos after having completed another tutorial kind of episode last time. Last time was all about the obelisk puzzle, and this time we're gonna be advancing on the main quest a little bit more. The only quest we have right now is to go to the Tomb of VARN and retrieve the control cube. The Tomb of VARN, conveniently, is right over there, so we're not even gonna have to move very far. But before we get there, a couple major things that we're gonna have to take a look at. Number one, we've got a couple of spell books. Not just any spell books, but the books for Dark Containment.
Okay.
And Divine Intervention.
Yes.
Which are the final spells for Dark and Light Magic, and indeed the final spells that we needed for our entire party, meaning everyone has every spell in every school that they currently know. Let's take a look at what these last couple spells do. What does Divine Intervention do? Well, it will heal you completely and undo all negative conditions, but the person casting it is aged. This is unnatural magical aging that they'll take 10 years off every time they cast it, and the higher your mastery, the more times a day you can cast it. And there's an odd restriction on this spell, is that you can only cast it on or during the rising or the setting of the sun. Now, I'm not sure what exactly the time window is. I don't use this spell very often. However, I might be using it in a bonus video because this is the most convenient way to show how age effects work in this game. So, you know, probably not the way it was intended to be used, but, you know, I have other ways of healing and I have other ways of removing adverse conditions. But still, nice to have, you know. Nice to have. The other spell, of course, was the final dark magic spell, Dark Containment. What does this do? It attempts to trap the force of darkness into its victims. I've got to be honest, I've completely forgotten what this one does. I'll look it up in between episodes, and if it's anything fancy, we'll use it next episode. Or, you know what, maybe we'll use it on someone in the Tomb of VARN. But for now, we don't have to worry about it too much. So that was one major thing that's done, and just to confirm, I'm gonna go through everybody's spells one by one, showing that everyone has every spell in every school that they currently know. Of course, Zoltan doesn't know light magic, Serena doesn't know dark magic. The main reason for that is with these spell books, these spell schools, you don't want to split them. You want one person to specialize hard, and the other person to specialize hard in the other one. And you'll see we've got a level of 30 in dark magic, almost 30 in light magic. But yeah, splitting between the two it's too many skill points at stake for that. So that was one important thing we checked off our list. No more worrying about buying or finding spell books. We have them all. The other important thing is we found these 3 items along with a bunch of gold as our reward for completing the obelisk quest. We found the Amulet Morgan, and it gives extra spell points and improves every elemental spell school. So that will replace your amulet of water magic. And this, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to sell because the only person who would benefit from that now is Alexis, who already is holding on to Hera. So that's a little bit sad, but more than outweighing the fact that we don't have a water magic boost for Alexis is the fact that this will boost everything for Zoltan, meaning all of his elemental spells at any rate, and we already have something boosting dark magic, so we've got that covered as well. So that's a great find. Also great is Guinevere, which gives spell points and buffs both light and dark magic, so this one could honestly go to either of these two, but who would benefit more from extra spell points? I think Zoltan, because he frequently has to cast a lot of high damage spells, which are also high cost spells, so we will take off your exquisite ring of dark magic and give you Guinevere, which will boost dark magic the same way this did, and also give you a few extra spell points. And now this we can just sell. The final item we found was Igrain or Egrain, I'm not sure how it is actually pronounced, and similar to this, it'll boost all the Guild of the Self magic schools, so body, spirit, and mind, and give a small bonus to spell points. The only people who would benefit are Serena and Roderick. Now, if we give it to Roderick, then we can get rid of 3 rings and replace them with 1, and in addition also give you some extra spell points. Or we could give it to Serena and boost all your things, but that would mean Roderick has to hold on to these 3 rings. I mean, since Roderick already has the rings, let's give it to Serena, and then she can get all those magic boosts and also get some extra spell points. So that is good. We've equipped those, and the other thing that happened, I'm not sure if you remember from when we were talking about artifact hunting early in the game, is that now we have hit our maximum number of artifacts. Now, just to recap, we found 13 through random loot, distributed amongst the various characters, random loot being inside chests or from high-level enemies, although I believe this is the only thing we found in a chest, and the rest we found from looting corpses in Paradise Valley. We found 13 artifacts that way, and there were also 5 that we found in scripted locations. One of them was the dagger Mordred, which we found in the Dragoon's Keep, I think, in the Freehaven area. We also found the sword Excalibur, which we pulled out of a stone in the eel-infested waters. And the final 3 we found just now. So that is another major objective checked off of our list. And after doing that, let me just save the game. I'll keep my save from before we started last episode for one very important reason. Okay, saving the game now. Now we're basically ready to go into the Tomb of VARN, but before we go in, there's a bit of debriefing that I would like to do about the Obelisk quest. Just some final things that I didn't really want to talk about in the tutorial video. But starting with one obvious thing, which is, well, let's turn right back around and go, oops, excuse me, again, knocked the fan on my desk. We found the reward inside or under this rock. I mean, it has the same graphic and makes the same sound effect as if you open a chest, but I believe the implication is that all this stuff was kind of buried under this rock. So one question that you might have is that if this reward was under this rock this whole time, did we even need to go to any of these obelisks? Could we have just gone here in the beginning of the game, interacted with this rock, and gotten the reward? Well, you know what? Why don't we find out? Why don't we find out? Because this save, and this is why I always keep my saves from the previous episode, because you never know when they might be useful. This save is before we visited any of these obelisks. Oh, what have I done? Accidentally triple clicked there. I want to go to Dragon Sand. So let's go back to that circle of stones and that rock, and let's see if we can do anything with that without having found all the obelisks. And it's gonna take just a second. I think okay, it's in this direction. Okay, here we go. Here are the stones in that odd pattern, and here is that rock. If you click on it, if you have doubts as to whether we're in the right place, you can confirm by looking at where the mini-map was. And, you know, if we I was gonna say, if we look in that direction, we should be able to see the pyramid, but because it's overcast, we can't really see it. But you can verify for yourself that this is indeed the same rock with the other stones around it, and I'm clicking on it. You might even be able to hear my clicking. It's not doing anything. So indeed, you did need to find all of the obelisks and then go to it before you could find or get the reward. One final point about the obelisk quest, and after this, I promise, we're going to go into the Tomb of VARN. One final thing is why I waited until this deep into the game to do this quest. There are two reasons. Number one, before we could complete it, we needed to be able to go to every single region, and it took us a while until we had every region available to us. But there was one reason I wanted to wait even longer than that. Specifically, I wanted to wait until after we had encountered the Oracle, gone inside, and activated it. Because upon doing that, the major twist in the game is revealed. That in this medieval fantasy setting, there is also high-tech, futuristic equipment, and that apparently has been in this game world all along. You know, supercomputers and memory crystals and all sorts of fancy gadgetry. So what does that have to do with the obelisk quest? Well, let's refresh our memory as to the message we got after we decoded the obelisks. The message. Let me just pull it up on the screen quickly. It was this right here. It should be dark enough that you can read it. And specifically, look at the third line. Hid for the ship of the sun before her functions ceased. Now, with the benefit of hindsight, knowing what we know about futuristic technology in this world, it's obvious that, or it's heavily implied that this is referring to a spaceship. Number one, it would be odd to talk about, an old-timey ship as having functions, A ship which is propelled either through the physical power of the people on it or through the wind. You don't really think of a ship like that as having functions. When we talk about a vessel having functions, we're thinking more of, like an airplane and all of the all of the things that it's capable of doing, all the little dials and stuff on it. So that's one thing that indicates that this is a spaceship. The other thing, of course, is that it's called the Ship of the Sun, which, again, heavily implies that it's talking about a ship whose travels are of a celestial rather than an, aquatic nature. Like it's traveling the stars and not the seas. So I wanted to wait until now, because if we saw this earlier in the game, it potentially could have been a minor spoiler. But that's enough about that. Now, at long last, we're ready to go in. Before we go in, let's cast our spells. We're still damaged from when I took that drowning damage going across the water for the obelisk in New Sarpagal, but that's okay. I don't anticipate us having too many issues, even with this being a high-level area. I do not anticipate us struggling. So let's just go right in. And some of the enemies that we activated while we were hunting down for one of the enemies for one of the bounties are still moving around. Let's not worry too much about them. Well, sure, I'll save in slot 3. Are there more of them? The answer is of course there are. Remember, some of these are gonna be putting our characters to sleep, which is annoying, but the good thing about characters being put to sleep is that they will still get the experience for you see Roderick's asleep right now, but okay, well, he got woken up right away, but I was gonna demonstrate that he would still get the experience for these enemies being killed even while he's asleep. The other good thing about being put to sleep rather than being knocked again, like the enemy spell graphic effects will cause the auto-targeting to glitch out. But what I was gonna say was the other thing about being put to sleep rather than being knocked unconscious is that you won't have anything broken. Alright. Now what's here? Okay, here we have a tapestry. Okay. This is a long bit of text, but let's read it. Though the crossing of the void be a long and arduous journey, the land you find at the end will be sweet and unspoiled by ancestors or the enemy. Take heart that your children's children will live in a perfect world free of war, free of famine, and free of fear. Remember your sacred duty to care for the ship on her long voyage and ensure her safe arrival in the promised land. Tend well the guardian and house it securely away from the ship, lest both be lost in a single misfortune. And that is some very interesting lore that we just got there. And indeed, it casts this entire fantasy setting in a whole new light, because it seems that everything around us comes or originates from whoever the people were on the ship that we've just spoken about. Clearly they were fleeing from something. They mentioned some people or some entity that they were fighting against that they've called simply the enemy. And I guess in trying to get away from them, that brought them to this world. But also, they mentioned the Guardian. Now, the Guardian, I believe, is the Oracle that's in Freehaven. So, okay, here's another tapestry. Let's read this. I hope I haven't missed any. Let's see this. Remember the enemy. Never underestimate the danger. Though you will never see one during your journey, you must be forever vigilant against invasion from the void. Mighty beyond words, the enemy is nonetheless vulnerable after a crossing, for their numbers are small and their defenses weak. Use the energy weapons carried on the ship to defeat them, and never ever engage the enemy with lesser weapons, or you will surely perish. Energy weapons. Interesting. So, who is this enemy? Will we see them? Have we perhaps already seen them? That's something that perhaps will be revealed to us in due time. Alright, we're getting a green indicator over here, which means this part of the map seems to be clear. And as you can see, even though we were damaged, we're able to keep up with these enemies pretty easily. Now, I remember this area being large and long. And sorry for the backtracking, but I was just making sure I haven't missed out on any secret doors in that little alcove. This seems like it might be a door, but it's just a kind of recess in the wall where they put in that tapestry. So let's go down here. What is down here? More enemies? Okay, now there are a lot of these guys. These ones might cause us some trouble. There are enough of them that they might start doing real damage. And more, I guess, more annoying than the damage that they might potentially deal is the fact that because they're all ranged enemies, now the combat has slowed down, because it's always slow when you're fighting a lot of ranged enemies, and that guy is running away. Serena is in a bit of trouble, but not too much. You can just cast Shared Life. That is such an important spell. Arguably, the most important combat spell in this game is Shared Life, because it is the most effective way to heal your characters when a single character is being focused down. Because if you didn't have this ability, you would either have to use other healing spells like dozens of times, or you would have to leave and rest or get healing at a temple, and that would just slow things down so much.
Alright, we got him!
Alright. Again, it's a little annoying that they are constantly casting the fear status effect on us, but I suppose it's better than other things that they could do, for instance, insanity or dispelling all our magic, like the enemies in Castle Darkmoor were capable of doing. Now, this is a large area. Already, somebody on the outside seems to be moving around. Let's carry on saving our game. Let's go inside. Okay. Okay, let's try and take this guy down with the extreme prejudice. Yeah, he has gone down. I guess we... Oh. Well, that was lucky. I didn't even realize that the guy was holding onto a quest item. I was gonna say, I guess we should be looting enemies. Genie, Jin, Jin. Okay, Genie, Efreet, Jin. That's one each of these. So I'm gonna leave these. And I'm gonna loot all the others. Why am I leaving those? In case we need to come back and... in case we need to come back and kill one of them as a bounty. But I'm gonna loot the... these enemies, even though they don't give gold, but when they do give items, they're often... I was gonna say they're often good items, but... this was just garbage. Somebody picked up a crown.
I don't know.
I guess that's you.
Aha!
And not too great. We'll just enchant that, and maybe it's... yeah, sure, why not? Alright, let's carry on. Okay, before I carry on, let me just loot all of the bodies up here. I mean, if I don't get good loot from these guys... long dagger. Okay, now... the fact that we can get a long dagger has totally changed my mind. We are gonna loot all of them because I do want to give myself a chance of finding a long dagger off the dragon. Okay, plate armor is fine because we can sell that
Very nice.
for a bunch of money. We'll just do that. We're finding unenchanted items, which is a bit of a disappointment, but that's okay. You can sell that. I think those are the 3 that we left. And these guys are somewhere else. I guess they're on this side. Yep. And they really should be dropping more enchanted items. Alright. Okay. But it's fine. Let's try and arrange things up a little better. There we go. And sure, let's loot this person as well. Okay, that's a pretty good enchantment. It's gonna be nice to sell. And what are we gonna do? Well, one thing to make note of is the water that we're on right now. It's called a cleansing pool. I wonder if it shows up in here. Or I guess we haven't really seen exactly what its effect is. We'll find out shortly. Okay. Oh, I thought those guys were outside for a second, but they apparently are very much on the other side of this thing. I'm gonna save again. The door is locked. Does this key open it? Oh no, the door is still locked. Alright, so what are we gonna do? Well, we could go this way and hopefully accomplish something on this side. As you can see, there are enemies up there. Egyptian-themed enemies for the pyramid. Very appropriate. And that did not use up our backdoor key. Alright. Let's go to turn-based mode and let's bring these guys down.
Alright, we got him.
Alright, I'm gonna save my game. Okay, they didn't drop anything. So I'm gonna let them... stay unlooted. There's something on the ground and a picture door.
Yes, we got it.
Defender of VARN. Another picture door. This is a rather confusing little segment of this area. There are enemies somewhere around. Okay, I think we're getting close. There we go. Here we found something. You guys are missing way too often, and it's disappointing me. And please, no more hits where you do single-digit damage. You've got to be more adept. Oh, I messed up. Hang on. Oh, what? Where is this? Actually, hang on. Let me just pause the game briefly. I just want to check something. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, whoops. Hang on. I just hang on. Let me. I apologize, but let me pause the game once again, because I'm trying to pull up something on my phone and it's just not. Cooperating with me. So apologies. I'll be right back in just a sec. All right. So I was just pulling up the map of this area. Not looking up anything yet, but I wanted the map to be up, because inevitably I will be looking things up, because this is a very long and very confusing area. Alright, let's kill these guys again. And let's loot them. And what's this? A switch.
Got it.
I had a feeling that I was missing something.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I don't know. Very nice.
another amulet of water magic that nobody can use. A captain's code. What's this? When the landing commences, Captain, take this code scroll to the central control chamber and speak the activator key KRIK, all lowercase, when prompted. All of the senior officers must present their code scrolls and keys to open the way. Yours is the last key in the sequence. So this is... I found a flame door key, but that is giving us information about a puzzle, and apparently KRIK is the last in a sequence. We found another crystal skull. We already had one, which we found in the Hall of the Fire Lord from the strange creature we found there. Or you can hold on to that. I'm gonna give this to Alexis. Usually I would have Roderick hold on to all of our special items, but in this case, I'm gonna have Alexis hold on to the other one. Now let's go here. Alright, let's just kill these guys. Okay. Who, like, they look remarkably like the live-action Aladdin reboot, you know, like Will Smith as a genie. That's what these guys are reminding me of. Is there anything in this room, because we hit a switch to open up that hidden section in the wall, but it doesn't look like there's anything else here. Okay. So let's call it good for now, and let's not loot bodies that we don't need to. We also came up here before I got confused. Alright, everything's good so far. Actually, we can loot this body because we already have a Defender of Varn, and we confirmed that those two aren't holding onto any keys. Alright. Yeah. Clearly, people are shooting at us from up there. How do we get up there? Well, you can actually walk up the wall or the ramp. You can just walk right there. It's something that might not be obvious, but it's something that you can do. Definitely gonna kill these guys. Defender of Varn. That is a... I think we already had a Sentinel of Varn.
Alright, we got him.
In that room over there. So we can go through the flame door. And I think that's probably going to be our next destination, but before we go there, okay, these guys are... Can we target them? We can. Okay, we already killed one of them. This guy... Not gonna be able to... Well, he moved? No, we're not gonna be able to effectively target him like that. We need clear shots and not just... Or actually... see, the arrows are going towards them, but the game... Like, one part of the game thinks that they're close enough to target, but another part thinks that they're too far. So the game's internal logic isn't in agreement with itself about whether we should be able to target those enemies. Are these guys running, or are they just repositioning themselves in a really odd way? Yeah, no, it doesn't look like they're running. So I don't know why they're just walking around in that odd pattern. Anyway, we'll fight them properly once we get access to the area that they're in the proper way. For now, let's just take a walk around. And let's see what we can find. As you can see, this is a huge area, and I suspect the largest internal zone in the entire game. By some distance. Although a lot of it is just large empty spaces, which I'm okay with, because it gives you a chance to appreciate kind of, you know, the architecture of the place without being constantly harassed by hordes of enemies. But there are, you know, interesting fights and combat as well, so it's pretty well balanced in that regard. Alright. Okay, somebody is angry with us, but they don't seem to know how to get to us. We'll see what we can do about them in just a second. Here's a plaque. The entrance to the central pyramid lies to the south. That's good to know. Oh man, this place is huge. Yeah, okay. Excuse me? Oh, okay. We have Sentinels of Varn, Guardians of Varn, Defenders of Varn. They're all going down. Alright. Oh, this is perfect. There's one each of all of the three enemy types, and hopefully none of them have keys that we need to pick up. Did you break something?
Fixed.
You did. It was probably you, because we'd been fighting these two guys for quite a while without any of them breaking any of our items. Alright, let's confirm. No key, no key, no key. Alright. So these guys, pretty deep into the area, so it'll take a while to get there if we ever get a bounty to kill one of these. But their bodies are there in case we need them. Alright. Man, this place is huge. Good lord. Somebody seems angry at us. I heard some enemy sound effects. Oh, I was worried that I had allowed haste to expire, but no, I think we've just been awake for so long that that is what triggered our weakness. Although we should refresh our hour of power. Let's do that, and let's carry on healing. More enemies off in the distance. Oh, a lot of them are. Oh my god, this is gonna be interesting. How are we gonna do this? Well, I think this is a good place to use Dragon's Breath. Alright, what is the best way to do this? I want to attack groups of them. See, this is a really annoying fight to be in because so many enemy spell effects are coming at us that our auto target is going to be useless unless, like, we wait, you know, a few seconds after every round of enemy attacks. That is just going to be aggravating. Okay. I really need Zoltan to be ready to move again. Maybe
Yes.
you can start using Implosion in the meantime. I really need Zoltan to come through. There we go. Finally he is ready to move again. That was good. And let's cast a shared life. Alright. Now I think the number of enemies has dwindled, or the number of enemies that are right in front of us at any rate. Although, annoyingly, there are ones in the back that the game thinks are too far away for us to target, but are able to target us. Always irritating. This guy needs to die right now. Okay. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Let's shared life. I mean, we really are at a disadvantage if we're trying to fight them with our ranged attacks, because melee damage is where we do our serious damage. But, I mean, we're taking them down one by one. What spell do you have? What's your air magic like? Only at 4. Do you have any good water magic? I don't know. Ice Bolt. Alright. Alright, let's see what we can do. See, another spell that went towards the wrong person. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna... Because we've spent a lot of mana. I'm gonna set a beacon here, just in case we need to evacuate. Alright. Oh, didn't go into turn-based quickly enough. What I need to do is, I need Zoltan cast Dragon's Breath on you. Alright, are there any other groups of them? There are a few. I need Zoltan to... Zoltan recovered quickly this time. Let's cast Dragon's Breath there. Alright. I think we're getting through this relatively okay. Again, a quick recovery for Zoltan. Let's cast another Dragon's Breath. Another couple of them have gone down. Another one has gone down there. Are there any that are close to their demise? Doesn't look like it. Now we'll okay, you are immune to water. I guess that kind of makes sense because you're blue. Alright, let's cast another cure. Alright. You're going down. Oh my god. Yeah, the auto-target system in this game is interesting. I mean, for a game from the 90s, I guess they did an okay job. Okay. Let's carry on. Oh my god, see again, the spell went the wrong way. Okay. Let's be intelligent with how we fight. Okay, almost done with this part of the map. Oh, okay, finally. Now it's very late at night, but let's go to New Sarpagal. Is the temple gonna be open? Probably gonna have to wait till 5 AM if I had to guess.
I think it's closed.
Alright, let's just pay the gold and get a full heal. Sounds good to me, and I mean, haste lasts quite long, but let's refresh it anyway, and now let's go back. Let's not accidentally set a beacon. Speaking of setting beacons, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to refresh our Lloyd's beacons on Alexis pretty soon.
Very nice.
I guess I'll hold on to it.
Very nice.
Okay, okay.
Very nice.
I guess finally we're finding things with enchantments. Now, somebody found a club.
I don't know.
Ah.
That is worthless. Gauntlets. Sure. Just a few more to loot. Ooh, that's pretty good. Enchantment. Alright, alright. Belt. Again, seems fine. Efreet. 2 more guys. You got
I don't
this
know.
leather armor. You already have one of the gods.
Oh.
Alright, I guess Alexis can start holding on to stuff that we're gonna sell. Alright. Let's take a look at the map. And, something towards here. Now, this is gonna be one of those dungeons where it will be very difficult to know whether we have fully cleared it or not. I'll do my best, but I suspect that I will never truly know. Because it is just so big. Now, this is the back door, and using it has used up the back door key. So that's progress of some kind. There's stuff on the ground. If these guys come at us one at a time, there's nothing they can do. I'm not even gonna bother looting, because we are pretty, you know, loaded up on all the items that we've picked up. And I looted those because we already have 3 that we're saving for bounties. And the rest, we can just loot, get a bit of gold. See, look at how many times that guy did his animation before he actually shot. Sometimes enemies do that. This is why ranged combat is so slow. Slow and confusing. Alright, what's going on in this part of the map? Bunch of nonsense going on. Check something. 325 so Efreet are definitely the highest tier. So I'm only gonna loot Efreet because I suspect it's from them that we might get the kinds of things that I really want, like potentially items of the dragon. I don't think the lower tier version of these guys would drop those. Alright, let's... Someone ran outside. Come on. Oh my god. I wish there was a way to disable spell graphic effects in this game. Because they just... It just causes so many problems. And what are you doing? Alright, let's deal with these guys quickly. Okay. I am pretty sure there's nothing special in this room, but let's check. I mean, it's an odd shape for a room with this little passageway that comes here, but I don't see anything that strikes me as anything we can interact with. And we do have Master Wizard Eye active. Okay, come on. Again, an example of the unfairness in this game that enemies are allowed to fly indoors, but we can't. Which is... I don't really understand why they felt the need to put that restriction in the game. I mean, something like Meteor Shower I can understand, because it's falling, you know, ostensibly from outer space. But why flight? I mean, why restrict flight? There's air, right? All you need to fly is the presence of air, so why would being indoors be a problem? Whatever. It's a choice they made. We've just got to live with it. All right. I think there were a few Efreet corpses in here that It's so hard to tell. I mean, the colors are there, like these gins were purple, and with the Efreet, the lamp has a kind of red highlight on it. But it's difficult to tell at a distance. There are things on the ground in one of these rooms. Oh, but we would have to go in here before we can find them. Before we go there, let's just go around, make sure we're not neglecting anything. Alright, let's go this way. I also think this is one of those dungeons where the map becomes extremely confusing after a while with too many things layered on top of each other. And what we're gonna find here? Oh, that's hilarious. Basic alchemy ingredients. Okay, this is I was tempted to just use the dragon's breath, but I think we can hack these guys to death with our actual weapons. Although, I'm gonna have to look up a little bit. Oh my god. Such a pain fighting enemies that are both ranged and flying. And to have to fight them indoors. And I suspect there are gonna be enemies inside each of these. Yep. That's just how it's gonna be. Although, found another interesting item type. I'm just gonna hover over it. A magic lamp. Let's have Roderick hold on to these. Alright, let's... Oh my god. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this video on pause. The reason is because all of these rooms are gonna have enemies in them, and it's gonna get really boring clearing them out one room at a time. So I will be back with you once all of these rooms are cleared out, alright? I'll see you in a bit. Alright. All of these rooms are cleared. That was so tedious. But it's done. And inside these little rooms, we're gonna find more of these magic lamps. Let's just pick them all up. We'll find out what these things do in a future episode. I'm not gonna be picking up any alchemy ingredients. Needless to say, don't really require any more of them at this point. We're just gonna be picking up magic lamps. Alright. Okay, just looking through. So if there are 2 dots, chances are it's just ingredients. If there's a single blue dot, then chances are that it's a magic lamp. Alright, let's get these goofy expressions off of the faces of our party members. And then we're gonna have to do a bit of healing. We'll do the healing... I think I cast a spell on the wrong person. We're gonna do the healing just like this. And we're gonna cast a shared life and some power cures. And we're already looking a lot better. Some more of this enemy type. Oh my god, is this... Are they gonna be... Oh my god, no. No. Alright, I'm gonna put things back on pause, because this section is gonna be another nightmare to deal with. So I'll be back once all of these little rooms are cleared. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I'm taking things off pause before I've cleared out this entire area, because I think Just gonna save again. I think I've discovered a good way to deal with these guys. Just gonna get some healing because we have taken a bit of damage. It's a very specific tactic, and I hope that I'm gonna execute it properly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here. There are gonna be enemies inside. These guys, I'm gonna leave them the way they are. I'm gonna immediately turn around because what makes fighting these guys annoying is that you can kill these guys easily enough because they're backed into this little room over here, but then these guys escape out into this broader room with a higher ceiling, and they disperse and you have to hunt them down one by one, and if one goes too far, then if you go after it, you'll attract other enemies. That is the main challenge, is that the ones behind you will escape. So what I have taken to doing is I go activate these guys, and before killing them I turn around, take aim at these guys, shoot a dragon's breath their way. Now this one unfortunately was a horrible dragon's breath, so I'm gonna turn around and do some more attacks against these guys, because not only did the dragon's breath not do a lot of damage, but it didn't even target one of the guys that I was aiming at. So let's try this again. Let's try a dragon's breath against this guy. That's what I'm talking about. Proper damage and hitting both of them. And now we can just turn around and take these guys down at our leisure. But of course, dragon's breath is a very high cost spell, and we had to use it twice. So I'm gonna do this once more, just to prove to you that this tactic does work. Again, go inside here, activate these guys, but then turn around. Turn immediately around, save the game. I guess you can shoot your arrow once, it doesn't really matter. Use my dragon's breath and wipe out that room. Then turn around and fight this room at your leisure. And it's not even that long of a fight this way, because there's just nowhere for them to go. Alright, so let me just cast a cure, and this is a bit of a conundrum. Both of our characters who are able to awaken have both been put to sleep. That is not good. Does anyone have a... Okay, that is one way to wake up people who are asleep. In case you don't know what I just did, I took Percival, which was equipped on Alexis, I gave it to Serena, and I fired the Carnage arrows into the wall. Now they're supposed to do damage as well, like a fireball, but that part is bugged. They don't do damage, but they will wake up characters who are asleep, as we just found out. Okay. Let me, before I go into the next room, refresh my haste. Alright. And there are just a couple more of these rooms, so let's see if we can do them again. Immediately turn around. And take out the ones behind you with a dragon's breath. That was pathetic. Wow. That is one of the worst instances of that spell I have ever seen for someone with 30 ranks in dark magic. That was embarrassing, Zoltan. Even... how is... that, you're letting me down, Zoltan. You're letting You're letting everyone down. Most of all, you're letting yourself down. Oh, and people are missing with arrows. Everything is just falling apart. Come on. Another single digit hit from Serena. Alright. Okay, okay. People are missing despite their massive attack bonuses. Okay. Just one more little section to clear out. Again, let's go in. Let's immediately turn around and take aim against these guys. We can only cast a couple more of these, so let's make them count. That was what should have happened all those other times. Okay. And these guys are going down. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Let's continue having Roderick hold on to all these magic lamps. Let's go to all of the rooms that have them. I think there are a few others. Yeah, this one. Again, if you see 2 blue item dots, chances are it's just like potion bottles or something useless. But if there's only 1 dot, like in this room, chances are it's a magic lamp. And as I said earlier, we'll find out what we can do with magic lamps. We have a lot of them by now. We'll find out what we can do with them at a later time. For now, we've lost enough mana, especially on Zoltan, that I am prepared to do this. And let's go to town. Alright. Just grab a quick heal.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
And let's go back. Alright. Now what? We can go down this path, but before we go down this path, let's go here and see where that takes us. More of these guys. These guys I'm okay dealing with because they are enemies on the ground. They have ranged attacks, but they're also melee enemies, which means combat against them is generally very quick. Although occasionally they will get into that weird loop where they do their animation like 5 times before they shoot. Which I'm not sure why some or a lot of ranged enemies do that, whether it's a bug or whether it's intentional, because I remember this always being a thing in the game, even from, you know, the 1.0 version without any patches all the way into this version. Enemies do that strange thing. And I haven't been looting these guys. Oh, these are the guys in here. And I haven't been looting these guys, so I hope I'm not missing out on any keys. But I think the backdoor key was the only one we needed. I think. I just hope I'm not making a horrible mistake. Is that it for this part of the map? There's just nothing else? Like, you go past here and you come to this like window and you can't go further than that. That's what it looks like for now. Again, I won't look things up until we've gotten to a point where I'm not sure how to progress. Okay. I've got a lot of these enemies. As soon as I get some breathing room, I'm tempted to use some dragon's breaths. In fact, let's make breathing room for ourselves and Let's do this. That was good. That was very satisfying. And we can just use normal attacks while we wait for Zoltan to recover, and now we can do this. Was hoping it would hit more enemies. Okay, this guy needs to go down. This guy really... Oh man. This guy really needed to go down because we needed to hit the enemies behind. But everyone kept missing, and now all these guys are flying around everywhere. Alright, let's just fight them normally. There aren't that many of them left. Alright, let's just take them down. And we can just mow through these guys like they're nothing.
Yes, we got him.
The red guys, I guess, might occasionally break our stuff, but don't think we have too much to worry about. Okay, where do you think you're going, sir? Let's just kill them. And I guess... Okay, excuse me, where did you guys come from? Did they teleport in? It felt like it. Let's take out the red guy.
Yes, we got him.
Alright, now let's take out these guys. Okay, come on. Okay, let's take them out. It's a bit slow because the enemy that's off the screen for us to the left is taking his turn. But this guy, I knew it. There was a ranged enemy slowing everything down. Alright. Alright. I don't think we need to worry about any more keys. You know what? It's gonna be annoying enough to heal everyone that I'm gonna do this. And go back to New Sorpigal. Grab a heal from the temple.
Can we assist you?
And we'll check up on our haste. For sure we'll renew it. And let's go straight back. Alright. Enemies over here. We can't really get to them right now. Okay, this is interesting. We're gonna get a bunch of spell books. High level spell books, it would seem. What's the time? Okay, we're running low on inventory room. I'm just gonna grab as many of these as I can. I'm going quickly for one specific reason. The reason is because I actually want to go back to town and do some selling. Alright, so... and a lot of our selling is going to have to be at the magic shop, which closes at 4. Let me confirm that it's
Can I help you find anything?
still open. Yes, it still is. So I'll sell everything I can.
Thanks. Come again.
And I'll do the rest of the selling on screen because it's going to be a lot of walking back and forth between shops. Alright, so I will see you in a bit. Alright, things are sold. Everyone's inventory is nice and neat again. Let's go back here. Let's try and remember. Oh yeah, we went into this room where there was a bunch of stuff in the bookshelves. We got a fair amount of money selling those spell books, as well as some of the other items we've gotten. And this chest is locked. Oh boy. I hope it's not a situation where some random enemy had the key on their body. It might be, though. Okay, let's arrange things like this. This is the flame door key. We'll come back for that. Let's loot bodies as we go along. The rest are all gonna be these guys. So none of these guys had a key on them. So for now we're gonna assume that the key to this library's chest is somewhere else. Because I don't think one of these random jinns or genies would have that on them. And if they do, I guess... I mean, not I guess. It would be just bad game design. The reason being that these enemies... Like, it'll also fill up your inventory with other garbage, which is a disincentive to loot them if all you want to do is clear out the dungeon, because then you're gonna have to either sell or just manually start taking things out of your inventory and throwing them on the ground. Okay, so far it's not looking like any of the enemies immediately close to that room had a key on them. Alright. Let's go this way. I think our next destination is probably gonna be the flame door. What is going on here? Okay. Let's see. This is a prime opportunity to use this spell. It killed everyone except for these two. I think this guy was out of range. But this guy, the one I actually targeted, did not die. So lucky him, I guess. I think that guy's running away. Let him know what we think about that. His comrade was taking all the hits for him. What a lovely show of loyalty. Let's cast another Dragon's Breath on these guys. I was hoping it would hit these guys as well, but I guess I misjudged the distance. Alright.
We got him.
Alright. Now I'm gonna loot these guys just in case one of them has a key. I still am really lucky that I randomly looted that one guy in the beginning who had that key, because I had... Whoa, what is this? Okay, I remember this room. I don't remember... Okay, there aren't as many enemies as I initially felt. They're just... Oh, we're taking radiation damage. Uh-oh. I think... Okay, Crystal Skull absorbs radiation damage. But... that is a kind of... That reveals what these items are doing. But I think before we can... stop taking radiation damage, we need to go inside one of these cleansing pools. Alright, now let's just wait for these guys to come to us, because I think they are slowly coming towards us, right? Alright, let's go to turn-based mode. Maybe that's going to make them a bit more well-behaved. Oh no, they're looking at the edge of the pool as a wall that they can't cross. That's what's going wrong. Now things are a little bit... Let's not worry about radiation damage right now. Let's just, let's just try and take these guys out. Oh my god, we are taking bucket loads of damage. Okay, let me try to do something. Cast another shared life. Cast another dragon breath. Why? Okay, I officially give up. I have no idea how this game calculates its damage radius for this area of effect spells. Because that is not the first time in this dungeon alone that I've been completely bamboozled by which enemies ended up taking damage and which ones didn't. Oh my god. Don't run away, you fool. Alright. The combination of the damage from the enemies and the intermittent radiation damage that we're taking is actually adding up to pretty high levels. Alright. And again, the highly unusual indoor physics are once again on display, where if you go up a ramp, it'll launch you in the air. The only good thing is there is no falling damage indoors as far as I know. But it still throws me off every time. I'm just gonna cure a few times. And at the master level, we recover pretty quickly from using this spell. So that's good. And we may as well just clear out the rest of this room. Always looking out for good opportunities to use Dragon Breath. I think we should use a Dragon Breath on those guys, actually. Remember, always manually target the spell, because if you set it as your quick spell, you never know when the enemy, when the game is gonna surprise you by what it thinks you want to target versus what you actually wanted your spell to go towards. Okay, what? You guys are cramping my style. Now this is what I call a good Dragon Breath opportunity. Are you... I want to test something. Are these guys immune? These red guys. Are they immune to this spell? They are immune to its damage. For no particular reason, they've been given an immunity that these other guys don't have. That is obnoxious. Okay, come on. I don't think any of these guys are going to be immune, so if we get another turn with Zoltan, which it looks like we will... Are you serious? This wall, which isn't even visible, the game decided that that was something that the spell was going to collide into. That is just... I mean, it's one of the things where you're so... like, you can't even properly respond in anger because you're just so flabbergasted. Like I ain't even mad. It was just that ridiculous. Alright. These guys are gonna go down quickly. Alright. And someone is close to us, but is in a different part of the dungeon. I think that might be the flame door, actually. Alright, let's cast some power cures. Let's just rush in, because I think we can just bulldoze these guys. Alright.
We got him.
Okay, we need to be mindful that we're taking a lot of damage as well. And okay, we are doing okay. The crystal skulls are doing good work.
It's fixed.
Our repair skill as well is doing good work. Come on. We need to start killing them. Okay, that was a good start. So is this. Let's cast a shared life. Alright. Now let's open the flame door. From the other side. Let's go into the cleansing pool. And I think that should stop the radiation damage. Let's see if that appears in the fountain notes. I don't know if it does. I don't think so. Because I guess it's not technically a fountain that we're drinking from. It's just an area of the map that we're stepping onto. Okay. That's a picture, which we get a text acknowledgement for, but doesn't seem like we can actually do anything with it. And we've lost enough mana that I'm gonna go to town again. It's the next month, which means we're ready for another pilgrimage and another round of bounties. We're not ready for bounties just yet.
Luck be with you.
Alright, now let's go back. And where have we not gone? This part of the map, which just feels so far away. But let's go there, I guess. Hang on, let's save the game. Because I think radiation is going to be in effect pretty soon. There's one enemy which... I guess he's below us? Alright. We'll go into this cleansing pool. Are we taking constant radiation damage? I think we are. We're gonna have to find a cleansing pool. But before we do that, I think we can just tank the radiation damage long enough to see what's going on here. Alright, we opened that. If things get dicey, I can always have Alexis recall the beacon, which would, You know what? I am gonna have Alexis recall the beacon. Because... there's a lot to that part of the map. And, am I going in the right direction? No, I need to go this way. And... I want to access it the proper way, meaning go around to get there, so that I'm not taking constant radiation damage while I'm trying to get there. And what I'm doing right now is trying to figure out how you... Okay. This enemy... I think was the one that was just on the map when we were in the other part of the map, and he was just flying around doing his thing. Alright. So I guess that's a thing that happened. And we have like an elevator sound effect that went on for a long time. 3 switches. That's a trap. That's a trap. That takes this elevator down. It's a long elevator, it would seem. Where is this taking us? Okay, it takes us here. Now, is this where we want it to go? Well, let's follow this and see if it takes us anywhere useful. There are enemies here, so that's a sign that we haven't been here before. So let's take these guys out.
Oops.
Looting these guys as we go. This is another interesting part of the map. What does this plaque say? I think we've been here. Yeah, we came through here. From here. Yeah, okay, so I think there's something this side of the map? No, we went through I am thoroughly confused right now. But what I need to do is go through the place that we were just in, I think. No, because how would I get back into this part of the map? I think I would have to go around this long thing, because that's how I got there earlier. Is that the only way? Can't be. Let me cast the jump spell. That I have no idea why it occurred to me to try and do that, but that opened up a door in it opened up a door in the side. Oh, I guess you're meant to open it from this side. Now, has opening up that door done anything for us? Doesn't look like it. Now we're still in... Okay, here's another one of those random wandering enemies. Let's let him know what we feel about him trying to hide like a coward.
Yes, we got him.
Okay. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this video on pause while I get back to this spot on the map. Alright, so I will see you in... Well, it'll be instantly for you, but it'll take a lot longer for me because I am gonna have to figure out how to get there. So I will see you in a bit. Alright, taking things off pause because this looks like something new. Oh boy, whoa. I've fallen down. That was irritating because I think I needed to be on this ledge here, trying to move towards this door. Really, dude? Because I saw enemies glitch through this, and I could sense that there was something, but that place is locked. There's nothing that seems to help us. Alright, so I guess we're going back on pause while I find something else that's new. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, taking things off pause because we're once again in this part of the map where we are now free to explore without the annoyance of radiation damage. So let's first go this way. There's something that we can fall down into. What does that do? Well, let's just follow it. Oh, we can keep on falling down, apparently. Okay, that has brought us... It's brought us here. Not entirely sure what that has done for us. We'll find out. shortly. Oh my god, are you serious?
Fixed.
Really should have set a beacon before I dropped down, but that's okay. If I have to make another long trip, I'll do it off screen. I really should be looting these guys in case one of them has a key. I don't think any more of them will have keys that we need to loot off corpses. I think subsequent keys are gonna be... Okay. I was worried that there were gonna be enemies on both sides, which would have been very annoying.
It's fixed. It's fixed.
Broke both of your weapons. Hilarious. Okay. Come on, let's do our major damage and bring these guys down. Making sure... Okay, everything seems to be fine. Okay. Another collection of these guys. Alright. Oh my god. You and your stupid spell effects. Oh. Hate fighting these guys. Yeah, okay, we can see that there are enemies there. They can't see us yet. Let's just go inside and ruin their day. Alright, that felt good. Now there's a whole network of tunnels, it seems. Oh my god, this place is a little bit too big. Oh my god. This is gonna be a 3.5 hour video, even with all the stuff I'm cutting out. I'm just warning you. Oh my god. I knew that there was a part of the map where it gets ridiculous, and I think we're in that part right now. Alright, let's...
We got it.
Every enemy we kill is another small step closer towards clearing out this place, although there's no way we'll know for sure.
Got it.
Here is finally a bit of progress. We got a
I don't know.
water temple key. That's good. That's decent.
Very nice.
That's okay. First mate's code. The first mate's code is KCOPS. And we just have to remember that the captain's code was the final one. Okay. Let's carry on, I guess, this way. There's something in our way that we can't seem to lure, because clearly there's something on the other side. But I guess we can't do anything about that just yet. Let's, I guess, backtrack a little bit. Let's go down here. There are no shortcuts either. We're just running into dead ends. Ooh boy. Okay. Okay.
That was good.
Alright. Let's just carry on. Oh my god. More stuff broken.
It's fixed.
And you're seeing why I took the step of giving the repair item skill to every single character, rather than just Serena, who was our designated item fixer earlier on in the game. And now everyone needs to be able to fix their own stuff, just because we're gonna be encountering enemies that will just generally be jerks and, you know, go around breaking our things. And we need to have good ways of being able to deal with them. And already I'm thoroughly lost. Okay, I think this was the way that we couldn't go because this thing was in the way. And some strange lighting going on in the room. Beyond that, I guess maybe one day we'll see what is in there. Let's go down here, maybe... This is gonna do something for us. No, I guess we're gonna have to go this way. Oh no. Okay. I am at a bit of a loss. I guess I might have to fall down, or let's continue going around because I think this part is unexplored. So let's go down this path and see. Okay, have we been here another full day? Has it been that long? Wow. Alright, haste is gonna be active for a while, so we don't have to worry about renewing that spell just yet. Okay, let's just continue on this way. It's taken us back into this room. Okay. Let's take a look at our map, and now the map is starting to look like the terrifying mess that I remember it being from when I first played. Alright, let's go. We just went in a circle. That's always a great sign. All right, let's go this way. Let's go. Do we want to fall down? Let's save. And what did falling down do for us? Nothing really. It just put us down here. So let's go back up. Do we want to fall down here? Let's save. Has that done anything interesting for us? No. Not at all. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go here. Let's not fall down. Let's go around. And I guess our next destination is the water temple, which... oh boy, which was... I have to assume is this part of the map over there. So I'm gonna put this video on pause while I figure out how to get there. Alright, see you in a bit. Taking things off pause because I came back to this room and this part was unexplored, so I'm just gonna walk in and quickly kill these guys. Alright, we need to start taking some of them down to make these turns go by a little bit faster. Okay, that should help. Now we're doing good damage. Okay, come on. Let's turn around and deal with these guys. Alright, they're going down. Okay. Okay. I guess it was just a room with enemies, but with nothing else notable. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, let's... how are we gonna deal with this? I really want to kill this Guardian of Varn before we retreat inside like cowards. Okay, that's good. I guess let's take a few more of them down. I guess now that the Guardian is down, we can kind of stand here and tank these guys. Although I am just about ready to use a Dragon's Breath. I hope the game doesn't screw me over and think that this is gonna hit me. Okay, that was good. That was good. Let's try and take down this F-Wheat. Okay, let's give ourselves some room. Alright, this might hit us. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, that was a horrible idea. Let's go back. Let's try it now. Again, not the best damage. Okay. I think this guy should be about ready to go now. And see, look how high up they've gone. It would be all but impossible to target them with melee once they've gone that high up. Again, look at this. Like, look how annoying it is just to target enemies. Like, why are they allowed to fly indoors and we aren't? Coupled with the fact that nobody in this game can even look up properly. Everyone has such stiff necks that this is oh my god, this is so ridiculous. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's just gather ourselves. I'm gonna set another Lloyd's beacon. This part, what's the time? I mean, the temple's gonna be open, that's all I care about. And sure, you can go ahead and cast Hour of Power, and we're paying 20 gold because I guess
Be with you.
there's an extra condition that we were healing. Alright, now let's go here. What's the point of this room? Well, we need to go up this staircase and let's see what we find. This ramp, I guess, not really stairs. So at least this section is wheelchair accessible. And this is the other side of that thing that we fell down. Okay. That's wonderful. We fall down. I guess there are... Is this a place we can go? No, this is just a pointless little thing. Okay. If we go down... Back in this room, there's nothing there, and we've gone all the other ways. Okay. Now I will put this video back on pause while I figure out how to get into the water temple. Right? I'll see you in a bit. Taking things off pause again, because there was this little part of the map that we didn't really fully explore. This little spiral staircase situation. Let's go up first and see what we find. Hopefully it's... Oh my... more big rooms. This place is too big. Entirely too big. Okay, I think what I want to do is I want to do this. I want to take out those guys with the dragon breath. That was good. Now let's take these guys out in the usual way. And they're going down, which is pleasing to me. Okay, come on. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, thank you for waking Zoltan up. You will regret that in just a moment. I said you'll regret that in just a moment. Okay, here, finally. Well, I guess I was angry enough at them that I was willing to use a Dragon Breath against a single target. Fell down here. I mean, it's really nowhere else to go but down. So let's go down and see what the point of this little part of the map is. Well, it brings us here. Some more long passageways. That brings us here. Oh my god, what is this? Excuse me, what? Are you close enough to each other? Yes, you are. Okay. What is this place? I have no idea. I'm gonna save before I fall down into the middle. Okay, it takes us all the way down there. Okay. And because it's a special thing, I don't think it dims the way other parts of the map get dim if you're not on the same vertical level as they are. Okay. So this is what we found when we went up from that spiral staircase, which feels so far away. Yeah, because we went all the way here. There isn't even any staircase that takes you back up. So if you don't have jump as a spell, you are not in for a very good time in this place. And already I can hear enemy sound effects. Let's see where they are. Have we been here before? Feels like we've been here before. I guess we didn't go down far enough. If we go here, is that it? That's all that happens if you go downwards, is you run into a dead end? Okay. Okay.
We can't rest now. It's too insane.
And apparently there are hostiles nearby, and I have no idea where they are. Alright, I'm gonna put this video back on pause, trying once again to get to the water temple, so I will see you in a bit. Alright, taking things off pause, because I think we're close enough. Yeah, we just need to walk a little bit, and then we'll be at what I assume is the water temple. And hopefully, see, you can see enemies glitching through the walls, but hopefully inside this place is where we will find the key to that chest, and hopefully that chest has, hopefully the chest has the key to, or, you know, whatever we need to make further progress. Hey, look at that. The key works. Alright, we know that there are enemies inside. It's densely packed with enemies, it would seem.
We got him.
So let's take them down. That felt good.
Oops.
There are more of them in here. Well, there's nowhere for them to run, so these fights are gonna go pretty quickly. Alright. Oh, more of these guys. How you doing? Okay.
Oops.
Alright, now what was the point of what was the point of coming inside here? Oh, I guess this is a staircase or another ramp. And where does this lead us? Aha, it leads us to another chest. If this chest is locked, I swear I will not be happy. Let me remove fear on you. Let's save the game again.
Got it.
Hey, look, it's not locked. What we find? Navigator's code, which is ULUS.
Very nice.
Some of you may be sensing a pattern. Oh, Biblioteca. That must be the library. You can't even pick up a single key because of how cramped your inventory is. But yes, we found the first mate's code. Can we... Okay, yeah, we can put that there. And now, finally, we can go to the library. And finding more stuff to sell. Third crystal skull can go to Serena. These crystal skulls are going to be absorbing radiation for us. And now, I guess I should put this video back on pause while I find out how to get back to the library, which I think is this room. So once again, I will see you in a bit. Alright, taking things off pause because I think we are at the library. Indeed. Just gonna click on all the bookcases to confirm that we've taken all the spells that we can. Oh, should have given the key to Alexis. But fortunately, this doesn't bug the chest out. We can still open it after triggering the trap. This key I'm going to give to Alexis. Doctor's code is YOCCM.
Very nice.
Again, some of you may have spotted what the theme is for the different codes that we're getting. And how many of these do we have? Captain, Navigator, First Mate, Doctor. I think these might be all the codes that we need. And or maybe there are more, but having found a key that says Varn chest, that certainly sounds like it's a final key, at least to me. One thing that was a little bit disconcerting was that there is an enemy here that we seem to have not dealt with. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this video on pause. I'm going to run here. I'm going to kill this enemy, and then I'll let you know when I've done that and when we're ready to advance for this area. I'm sorry, it's just bugging me that much. So I'll see you in a bit. Taking things off pause because finally have tracked this enemy down, and he is no longer going to be a thorn in my side. What to do now? Well, I guess what we should do is go through the flame door once again. And see what we can make happen from that. There are other enemies nearby, but I'm not really sure how to find them exactly, because the map isn't exactly easy to read. Let's go through the flame door. Maybe once we make more regular progress, we'll find out where other enemies may be hiding. So let's just jump down, and as you can see, well, we have Featherfall active, so it's not really a confirmation, but we're not taking falling damage. We're indoors, I believe that is the reason. Let's continue. Gone through the flame door. What do we want to do? The crystal skull is absorbing radiation damage. That's not good. There's a plaque. It says the Well of Varn must be keyed last. The Well of Varn must be keyed last. Is this a Well of Varn? It is? But I guess walking over it doesn't really do anything. Okay. And we can rest, but we still have a yellow indicator that there are some sort of enemies nearby. Okay, I guess let's fall down here and... Oh no. Oh no. Was there something along the way? Was this something that helps us? Falling onto this ledge? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for another maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and if I don't figure out what to do, I will be consulting a walkthrough. Now that's a flame door. Let's see if we go past this. No. Is there... Oh, okay. The doctor's code. It was... Right? Okay. We need to click on the pools. That's the answer. Navigator's code is... that? I guess we just weren't in the correct pool for that to trigger. Now what? First mate is and we still need to find the captain's pool. It's Is that one of these, or is it the one of Varn? Let's fall into all of them. And maybe it is indeed the captain's one. Okay. I think I'm just gonna save the game and to go over this. All codes must be entered first. So we're missing one of them. Hope it's not gonna make us repeat this whole thing. Okay, this is a little bit worrying. I mean, we've made progress, but I just... Oh my god, what? What is going on? You surely can't deny me. Okay, yeah, I'm at a loss because I've clicked on all of these and entered a bunch of codes, but I don't know what to do with the captain's code, so I'm gonna put this video on pause and I'm just gonna start looking things up, alright? So I'll see you in a bit. Taking things off pause because I am actually missing 2 codes. And when we get back to the place where those codes are, we will find out whether I missed something really obvious or whether I could be forgiven. We actually need to go back to the library, but before we do that, I need to go to one of these cleansing pools. to absorb radiant. And of course, I let haste expire, and now everyone's weak. So anyway, I'm gonna put this video back on pause, and I will see you when we're back at the library. Alright, see you in a bit. Taking things off pause because there were enemies in this room. And these might be some of the last enemies in this area, because in most other locations I was getting a green indicator. And again, it was a bit confusing because the game mapped out this room before we ever got to it. But based on where I could and I could not rest, I was able to determine that the enemies were most likely there. And we're still having a yellow indicator, so clearly those aren't the last enemies in the entire area. I'll hunt down enemies after we have dealt with my failure to find all of the codes. I think we're pretty close to the place where the bookcase is. I'm just gonna walk the rest of the way. I'm gonna periodically attempt to rest, just to give me a sense of where the enemies might be. Maybe there are some enemies along... I don't know. We'll investigate that later. For now, let us just solve the quest. Alright. So supposedly... Okay, no, sorry. Nope, sorry. There is no way I can be blamed on it, because when you hover your cursor over this, does this look like books to you? Does it? But this is what we click on to get the engineer's code. And there are more quote-unquote books to the left that we click on to get the communication officer's code. The engineer's code is... YTTOCS, and the communication officer's code is ARUHU, and nothing else in this chest. Okay, now finally I think we can go back to the flame door. So once again, video going on pause. I will see you once we are there. Alright, taking things off pause because I think we're on our way. Alright, let's jump into some pools. I don't know if we're meant to click on them or if we'll automatically get our message. Okay, this is... this, and this might be the last one. Okay. Okay. Now we can put in the captain's code. The waters part. That's right, we are Moses. And let's just drop down. This is the room that we couldn't see on the other side of this. This is control room entry. And we got some messages about the main power. Main power restored. Okay, who has the VARN key? You do. Okay, here are a bunch of enemies. This is another new enemy type. Okay, we need some light, please. I'm saving my game because the high tier version of these guys. We're fighting patrol units. I think these are all patrol units. There's a high tier version of these enemies that can eradicate you. So they're another one of those one-hit kill type of enemies. Alright, let's continue. Enforcer unit. Things are getting a little bit more dangerous. Hopefully these are the final enemies in the area too, because how lovely would that be? What? It looks like they weren't the final enemies, very obviously. Because we found our quest item, the control cube. Let's give it to Roderick.
Aha! Very nice.
Just take that.
Oh.
Yeah, let's take that. Let's take some gold, and we have finished with this area. And we are ready to go back to the Oracle and hand in this quest. However, I am now going to spend some time trying to track down as many enemies as I can, but there is a good chance that I might eventually give up on that. So I will see you once I have either found more enemies or once I have given up. So, alright, I will see you in a bit. Taking things off pause, because apparently I never went all the way to the top of the spiral staircase. And there are enemies here for no apparent reason, inside a room that serves no apparent purpose. Are these the last enemies? Maybe. Let's not celebrate prematurely. Oh, there's a whole section of the map that we haven't explored, so clearly there are enemies inside this room as well. I mean, we solved the quest without coming inside, so clearly this part of the map can't be too crucial, but it's got enemies inside, so I guess it is crucial to me. Okay. Come on. There are enemies behind us as well that are taking their shots, which is also slowing things down, but now we are ready to let them know how we feel about those cowardly shots that they were taking at our back. Alright. Alright, they are going down. Once again, a green indicator. But let's see what's inside this place. Literally nothing. Okay. Now I think I might have actually cleared out the Tomb of VARN. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put this video back on pause and I'm gonna walk around. It'll literally take me more than an hour given how much ground I have to cover. But once I have confirmed that there are no more enemies in this area, I will be back. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I've walked through enough of kind of this part of the map to satisfy my own... to satisfy myself that there aren't enemies there. That if there were enemies, at some point the indicator would have turned yellow and it didn't. So now let us walk towards the entrance together, and if there aren't any enemies there, then I will be able to finally declare this area cleared. Looks like we are in the clear. These are the 3 of these enemy types that we were saving in case we get bounties to kill them. And I guess let's walk all the way back to the entrance before I make the declaration. We're right there. I am gonna declare the Tomb of VARN Cleared. Wow. But yeah. Ready to turn the quest in, but I think we have done more than enough for this episode. I certainly am exhausted. However long this video ends up being, just know that I have cut out a whole lot. And it was exhausting, but it was also fun. And I'm especially satisfied that we also managed to fully clear it as well. Was genuinely expecting that I might have to give up on it. But so far, our track record of completely clearing out dungeons, at least to the best of my knowledge, appears to still be continuing. Oh, also it seems that once you use up the scrolls, once you enter the codes, it uses up the scrolls. But that's a bit of a shame, because what I was gonna do was, I was gonna point something out. Okay, so these scrolls, if you remember what they were, they are actually references to Star Trek, the original series. So the captain's code was KRIK, that is Kirk, spelled backwards. And if you go back, or if you just remember what the other codes were, you'll remember that they were the names of other characters from the show spelled backwards, like McCoy, Scotty, Spock, Sulu, and Uhura. So this entire thing was one extended reference to Star Trek. And in case we needed more evidence that this is a space age, situation going on. Although it raises an interesting question, like in this game world, setting the codes to those names, does that mean that the TV show Star Trek exists in this world, and the people who set those codes were fans of that show? Or does this mean that this entire series is itself set in the world of Star Trek, and those codes were references to actual people in this game's world? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. And I can finally get back to something I talked about way earlier when we found the Horn of Ross. The creature we had to kill to find that was named Q. And that's why I thought that it might be a reference to Star Trek The Next Generation, because there is a character in that show called Q. And I don't know if there's also a character called Q in the original series. I'm not as familiar with that. If you know, feel free to let me know. But yeah, that is why I consider the Q that we found to be a Star Trek The Next Generation reference. But anyway, with all of that said, I think finally it's time to bring this episode to an end. We've completed our quest. More importantly, we solved this puzzle, and I have to say, I feel pretty good with my performance. The only part where I struggled was in the library. And the only reason I struggled was because I genuinely think that whoever coded, or whoever put in the textures for this room, put in the wrong textures. They were meant to put in a bookcase texture, and then they just put in something else. Because you know as well as I do that the things that I was clicking on to the left and to the right of the chest were not books. But anyway, that's enough complaining. I have to say, I really enjoyed this dungeon. The enemies were fine. Occasionally they would do annoying things. Occasionally they'd fly and make our lives difficult. But fighting them generally was fun. And the puzzle itself was nice. A bit too much walking around. Like, between the water temple and those other keys that we needed. Like, look how far this place is from the rest of the map. So that was a bit of it stymied me a little bit, having to go all the way there and then all the way back. Although I did save myself a bit of time in between by setting up a Lloyd's beacon in a kind of central location. But yeah, apart from those minor complaints, I have to say I really enjoyed this this dungeon. What are we gonna do next time? Well, we will hand in this quest, but we won't continue with the main quest just yet. I think in the next episode we will finally take a look at the circus, which is one of the goals I had for the series, but never found a good time to do it. I think now is going to be a good time to do it. So next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the circus and we're going to have a good time. So I hope to see you in that one, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. So until the next time, take care.